and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Saturday, the 20-something, I think, is it 23rd? I don't know, of January, heading to work at 3:30 in the afternoon. Did actually want to be going a bit earlier, but never mind. We shall persevere one way or the other. So, yeah, so really from last week it's just been pretty much the same as ridiculously large amounts of stuff to shift. Not really enough people to shift them. So it's been a lot of hard work, realistically. Absolutely nothing else of interest has happened because I have just been working pretty much flat out all the time. So if I'm not at work, sorting out packing stuff or doing the labels for stuff, at home I've been invoicing many hundreds of orders, ready for the next day's shipments to go out. So it's just been crazy the amount that's built up. Not so much roasting this week, mainly because just been too busy packing orders. So I mean, one of the things I'm going to work to do now is to start roasting a load of coffee that I'm missing from orders. I had a fairly good stock, but unfortunately that has dwindled considerably. I've also, because the week before last, because I was so continually using the 5 kilo roaster, I mean day after day, all day, I eventually, the cooling tray mixer motor burnt out. I'm hoping it's just the capacitor that needs swapping, which I'm going to try first, but I've not had any time to meddle with it, so I've ended up having to go to the 30 and doing bigger batches of everything, just because I hadn't really got time to tinker with the 5 kilo and keep up with shipping as many things as I possibly could in as little time as I could. So yes, it's generally been
30 miles per hour.
Really crazy hectic. But hopefully I can get some roasted coffee orders sorted out today. While it's roasting, the coffee's roasted, I'm going to pack loads more of these chais ready to go out, and then
warning, speed trap limit.
I'll finish off with dropping them all off everywhere in as many parcel locations as I can. So Thursday I must have got 60 plus
30 miles per
of
hour.
them parcels by about 11:30. Went out around a tour of Bradford's in-post lockers to dispatch all of those, then back to work to do even more, and I must have had another 40 or 50 on Thursday night. Then yesterday we just spent all day concentrating on getting as many done as we could. So last night filled this to the brim. It was absolutely chock-a-block full. Went to Windsor's, got rid of 20, went back to work and filled those gaps with another 20 I'd got prepared. So I could then go off and do the magical mystery tour around Bradford, which I've found some new lockers now that people don't seem to use very much. So that's handy because it means I can at least get rid of all this massive. And if you imagine, I must have had in last night, in total, it must have been getting on nearly 90, I would have thought. Because I filled Windsor's with 20, put more back in the car, then headed round the Bradford Ring Road. So if you get up to sort of Oddsall, and then you go round past the top of the 606 and keep going, and then come into Bradford on that next dual carriageway. There's a BP garage down there on the way into Bradford on that road that has a in-post locker, and it's at the side of the garage where you can park right next to it, which is really convenient. So you can literally just from the boot scan and put them in the lockers with no carrying things about or whatnot. So that's a lot easier. Filled that one last night, so that would have been 23 odd. From there through the centre of Bradford and out the other side, well, to the north side really, to Rewley Lane. Hit the Windsor's there. The Windsor's has got a Hearns locker in the front car park. Obviously the Windsor's is shut like ours, but they haven't shut off the front, so you can actually get in the car park and park right next to that locker. So that's super convenient because I literally back up right next to it and feed the parcels straight in. Filled that one, so another 23. So we're on 66 parcels it must be, or plus 6 books, which are smaller ones, but we'll not count them. So 66. Then on to the Morrisons on Rewley Lane. Locker there, and filled that one, so another 23, so we're now on 66, 89, yeah, 89, and then 10 at the one at the bottom of Little Horton, the last 10 I had left. So we're on 89, so that's at 99, plus the 5 books actually will make it 105 parcels dispatched into lockers last night. So yeah, that was a fun hour's drive round Bradford, furiously jumping parcels. Not sure I'm going to generate that many today given the time, and also I'm going to roast coffee, and I'm going to pack and do labels for coffee before I can even start on doing labels for chai, and unless I'm there until the early hours of the morning, which I don't really want to be, I'm not going to generate masses of parcels. I may get 40 odd. Hopefully Windsor's will be emptied, so I can do that one. And I didn't go to the one up near me last night, so that should be relatively empty as well. Fingers crossed. So, oh, actually I've got to go Morrison's anyway, so I can try that one. But the last 2 times I've been to Morrison's on Mayo Avenue, it's been full, which leads me to suspect some other business is using that. It's convenient location again, so there must be someone nearby who's using that, because it was full twice, and there's no reason it's going to be full twice randomly. I think someone must be using it for their business as well. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So just incredible amounts piling through the Hermes parcels piling through the Hermes system at the moment. Quite a lot getting there, some getting sort of stuck midway, some... I dropped a load at Sowerby Bridge last Sunday that I'd done, and they didn't move pretty much all week. They never got collected, so I don't know if the Sowerby Bridge one crashed conveniently after I'd been and filled it, or what. So that was a bit of a problem, because of course I've got people asking where the stuff is, and well, it's sat in a locker in Sowerby Bridge at the moment, and they don't seem to want to collect it. And I've been obviously emailing every day to the support team saying, why is this locker not getting emptied, what's going on, get it sorted. Not that you hear a lot back, of course. Then I've got some that had been collected, so collected from lockers, and then never progressed anything else. And I'm like, you know, it's 3 days later since he collected it. He can't still be driving around with it in his van because he wouldn't get the stuff to deliver in if he's got all these parcels that he's supposed to be dropping at a depot and he hasn't dropped them off there. Plus, if he hasn't been to the depot, how is he getting new parcels? So that was a bit of a mystery. Hermes can be a mystery. And then there's other ones that turn up within 2 days of me dropping them. And you're just like, you know, some people a week and a half later it's still not moved anywhere. And others, it just gets there in no time. So, very inconsistent service. But it's cheap. And as they say, you get what you pay for. And realistically, you know, the margin on a lot of what we're sending out in those is pretty slim anyway, so you can't be paying over the odds.
Risk zone, speed limit,
or it
30
becomes
miles
worthless.
per hour.
So. But yes, in retrospect, it would maybe have made more sense to try and get some deal maybe with Hermes Direct, where they come in, and if you're giving them a X amount of parcels, they might give you a better fixed rate instead of using a parcel broker or whatever. But the Hermes collection, if I use Hermes collection instead of the in-post locker, it would be $1.40 a parcel more, which is a massive difference when you're doing hundreds of parcels a day. You know, that's a lot of money that you're effectively losing. You know, 140. If I dropped 105 off yesterday, 105 140s is quite a lot of money that you're effectively just losing because you're paying more.
Warning,
And the thing is, the impost is the same
30 miles per hour.
service as the Hermes collects. It's only the same thing's going to happen once they've got them and progress for the system. So you're not gaining anything better from having them collect. All that you're gaining is, instead of having to run around lockers, you just shove a pallet out towards the van and he throws them in. Well, he's supposed to scan them in, but whatever. So yeah, probably I think even I'm gonna try emailing the Hermes head office, but I don't think realistically they're gonna better the price I'm getting for the in-post lockers. So who knows though, who knows, we'll see. I'd say it's just one of those things at the moment. I've just got to keep concentrating on shifting this backlog that's built up, just because I've never known anything sell so fast in such a short time. I mean, there was a point where we were getting 100 orders a day through Amazon. And of course, just trying to process and ship all that is not easy. It's easy enough if you've got a massive business with loads and loads of people and all the resources to hand to do that. But if you're me, let's just get past this one. And there's just a few of us to do all this work, then no, it's it's just kind of an impossible mission. But as they say, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So it's hard work, but I need the sales. So just get on, knuckle down, and keep doing it. So we'll do Mr. Nillis's words of wisdom when I get to work. I realised I fell asleep in my main watch last night, so I had to put it on charge this morning because it had gone flat. So I've got now the backup nighttime Apple Watch on, which is the older one that the screen started to fall out of. So I had to sellotape it on, and it's the very first one, so it's a bit slow and clunky. I'm not convinced, Mr. Nellis, your words of wisdom will appear on it now. They might, don't they? Should do. It's still works. It's just not as zippy and helpful as the newer Apple Watch I got. My new one's only Series 3. It's not particularly new. It's not like the latest one. But it just at least didn't have a screen that fell out, and Siri actually works, and you can use it for phone calls and things again. So, but we'll do that when we get to work. Obviously, I did a Saturday vlog because I was in early. Well, I was in early Thursday. I had a pallet of stuff coming in I've been waiting for all week on Thursday, and they were doing it first drop. So I arrived at work at 7:15, and just as the truck arrived with this pallet on, so that was like perfect timing, because I wanted to get there early, because the last thing I wanted for him is to come and go, oh well, he's not here, I'm going off to my next job, and not deliver it, something that'd been a nightmare. So I got in early to make sure I got that. I was in early yesterday just because there was loads on, so it was dark when I went in, and then of course it was dark last night because it was getting on gone 6 before I left, and then I've got to go around all these parcel lockers. So I thought I'll leave it, knowing I was coming in today at some point to work. So I'll leave it and do the vlog on a Saturday. It's a bit unusual, and at least it's in daylight, because Mr. Nice likes to see my happy smiling face all the time. And look, the mechanics are in. As usual. So I'll get round here, make sure anything's coming down. Really hard to see anything coming down, and although a lot slow down for the speed hump, so you should in theory be right, there's a few who just come flying down there and don't give a chuff about the speed hump. And of course, if you kind of pop out thinking there's nothing coming and they appear out of nowhere, and then it's always your fault they're beeping at you, whatever else. You know, if you can't see them, you can't see them. What are you supposed to do, really? Now, also, I've been wearing this one on the wrong side, so that's rather confusing. Let's just have a look and see. Oh, well, it's here. It's popped up. Well, I said, oh, here we go. Oh no, that was something he was telling me before. Oh goodness. Right, hang on, we're getting there. It's not as good. Right, my things for you to talk about on your vlogs, and Mr. Ellis's words of wisdom. Tintin art as the Blue Lotus one sold for 2.6 million. Wow. Can you remember Just for Laughs with Chris Evans? Funnily enough, I can actually, but that was a long time ago, Richard. Me as I have watched The Big Lebowski. Oh, it's a good film, that. The Dude. Good film. And Super Size Me. And talking of unhealthy food, have you seen the place in Shelf called Pizza Love in Shelf? No, not seen Pizza Love in Shelf, actually. Dad's fine, thank you. Me as I have sneezed 10 times this week, but David has had the vaccine on Friday, and his mum and dad had the vaccine yesterday, as hopefully it will be me next, but my mum says it's for the old ones first, and we need to keep safe and wear fast masks if we need to go out and mix with other people. And David wonders COVID could be like the Second World War, as COVID may go away in 2025. I don't know, Richard. However pessimistic I am about COVID and everything else, even I'm not thinking, oh, it could still be around in 2025. I'm going to admit, even I'm not thinking I could be around in 2025 at this present moment in time. I'll probably work myself to death if nothing else. But yes, who knows with COVID? I mean, obviously the big hope is the vaccine getting rolled out. Apparently, I was being told yesterday, whether this is true or not, I've been told that they've paused the vaccinations in the north of England because they've been going faster than the south of England, and so they've had to pause them in the north so the south can catch up. I was like, what's the point of that? Why don't they tell the south to go faster and do more people quicker? Not stop vaccinations in the north. Sorry, you can't come for the vaccination you were going to come for. We've got to wait for the Londoners to catch up. You know what they're like. They're all too busy having jelly deals and whatever else, and they just can't be bothered turning up, and then they're going to be... It's ridiculous. So, yes, everyone isn't getting vaccinated now, mainly because of London and the South. Thanks. Very helpful. So, that's it. Have a good weekend. What's left of it, because it's halfway through. I might upload this at some point tonight. I don't know when. Goodness knows. Whenever I get home to do it. Who knows when that'll be. And have a good week next week. I'll catch you next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.